In this video, I'm going to show you how to plot two sets of data on a scatter chart and also have four axes on the scatter chart. So let's say, for example, we've got two sets of data, group A, group B, both have an X and Y values. And we wanted to put this into an XY scatter chart, both sets of these data. So let me show you how to initially do that. We can go under, we can just select outside. I'm going to select outside each of these tables so it doesn't select the data once I insert the scatter chart. So I'm going to go under the Insert tab, go to Scatter, and I'm going to insert a scatter chart, straight lines with markers. And it's going to have nothing in it right now because I haven't filled in the data. So I'm going to go ahead and select the data. So the first set of data I'm going to add is the group A data. So that's going to be the group A name. And then the X values are going to be this first set of values. And then the Y values, let me go ahead and delete this number 1 with the curly brackets. It's going to be the set of Y values. So once that's in there, go ahead and click OK. Click OK, and you'll notice that now we have our group A. Well, let me go ahead and maybe make the color consistent with the color here. Let me go ahead and just make the colors consistent. I've noticed that group B is blue and this group A is blue. So let me go ahead and change that. I'm going to go ahead and just select that, Format Painter, select that, and go ahead and select these values, click Format Painter, and select over here. Let me change group B back to, well, let's see what group B what color it turns into, and we'll adjust the color there. So next thing I want to do is let me go ahead and activate the chart here and go under the Design tab and go and select Data. Let me go ahead and insert my next series of data. Let me go and click Add, and I'm going to add Series B. The X values are going to be here, and then the Y values, let me go ahead and delete this. Make sure the equal sign is there, is going to be right here. Go ahead, OK, click OK, and now you notice that they're kind of far apart. And this is red now, the group B is red, so I'm going to go ahead and change that. Select that, go under Sales Styles, and I'll select this red, this accent, and also up here, let me go make that red. So at least they match, and we know which one we're talking about. So this is group B, which are the higher values, and this is group A, which are the lower values. Now you'll notice it's a little bit difficult to kind of look at the values, since the values here are really small compared to the values here, so it kind of gets skewed. And so what maybe we want to do is put the values for group A on another axis and values group B on another axis. So what we can do here is we can select the values here. Let's select this one, right click, and go under Format Data Series. And let's put this on a secondary axis. Go ahead and click Close. And what you'll notice now is group A, the values are on a secondary axis. The Y values are in secondary axis. You can see it here. It ranges from 0 to 45, which kind of coincides with these range of values. And you have right over here on the left, 0 to 140, kind of coincides with these values here for these Y values for group B. So you notice that this is more like for this particular axis, this Y-axis, and the blue lines here are over here on the right axis. We might also want to give group A its own X-axis. So what we can do here is we can go under Layout and go under Axis, and you notice if we hover over it, you know that that's selected. The primary horizontal axis selected, which is the bottom. The primary vertical axis, which is the numbers over to the left of this chart, are also selected. You can see it's highlighted here. But our secondary axis for the horizontal axis, there's none. So what we can do is we can put it on top. And right now, what you notice is now we have a top axis. So what we can do is now we can start labeling it to at least make it a little bit more clear. And also, when you think about it, now we have the data kind of spread out a little bit. We can kind of look at the trend here between group A and then group B. So, but to better give us an indication of which axis applies to which line, we probably want to label it. So we can go under Axis Title. Let's just have it available here. Let me go ahead and select these, give a title for each of the axes. You can notice that it starts to fill out right here. I'll go ahead and go under Secondary Axis and click that, and then Secondary vertical axis, click on that. So now each of the areas have a axis title. So the greater ones, you notice that that's going to be for group B. So what I can do is I can put X, and then I can say group B. And then for here, we know that these are larger figures, so this also is going to be group B. So we're going to call that Y. Let me go and delete that. Group B. And then for here, this is going to be our X for group A. X, group A, and this one is Y for group A. Oops, let me go ahead and close that. I double clicked it a little bit too much. Let me go ahead and double click that, delete that, and backspace to delete that, and that's Y group A, right? So we have our X and Y axis for group B, which are these larger figures here. The X axis from 200, around the 200, 300 range, which kind of fits here, and then the 100, around 100, which kind of fits here, and then we have the X axis up here top for group A, and the Y axis here for group A. So that kind of gives you a better indication of which axis fits for which line. So if you wanted to plot two sets of data on a scatter chart, this is the way you can do it. You can actually add it in separately each time. And to also give you some better clarity in comparing the data, you might want to also give each particular set of data its own axes. So we have an axis here for group B, we have an axis here for group A. So there you go. There's how to plot two sets of data on a scatter chart. Hope that helps. Thanks for watching.